Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, they versed each other. What teams are they again? I know one is
Indiana Fever
mhm.
is Caitlin, and Chicago Sky is for injuries.
Right. So they had their season opener game against each other. And in that season opener game, they basically things were I didn't watch the full game. I
Mhm,
can only and I'm going to preface this by saying I'm only speaking to what I saw in terms of what was posted on social media. Now,
mhm.
I don't know if you watched the whole
Yeah, I
game.
watched the game.
Right. So Shayla watched the whole game. So I'm just speaking in terms of what I think happens. I feel like
Mhm.
because of the game, like, there's already a lot of talk about it, especially from the times of both Kate
College.
and Angel in college and everything like that. So I could just imagine that there was a lot of tension already in the building, not even just from them two. I'm assuming the fans, right? The media and the coverage around it, like people gassing the game up. So things were already heated. So when this play happened, I'm gonna show you guys the video. Things was already getting testy, in my opinion.
But from my perspective, in terms of players, I don't think nothing was there. It was just like they were playing and then this just ended up happening. But like Rebecca said, the backstory of like college of them, if like the you know what I mean, the scuffles, they've been scuffling since college days. But as this game was happening, there was no tension. It was just like, it was hyped up because it was the Caitlin and Angel Reese playing against each other.
Right. So let me play the clip for you guys real quick.
Too strong on a three. And look out, CaitlincLark pushes Angel Reese, and Angel Reese gets right up into CaitlincLark. Afterwards has something to say as Clark walks away. We know there are always increased eyeballs, energy, and attention around the matchups between Reese and Clark, and Angel Reese is still going after CaitlincLark in the aftermath.
Everyone in the arena had to know this foul was coming. As soon as you saw Angel Reese wide open, you knew that CaitlincLark was going to come in and take that foul.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you go first on how you feel about the play.
I felt like it was a hard foul, and we're humans. We got the fight or flight. You know what I'm saying? So your natural reaction is not to jump, but you're gonna react, especially the type of person that you are. We all know that Angel Reese is Angel Reese. She has a big personality, and that's just who she is. So if you get your arm, flip like that, yes, I am gonna get up and I'm gonna react. But after that, they gave her the flagrant 2, or they upgraded the foul call, and life moved on. I think what added fuel to the fire was the others, the people that are not actually involved in the game, having something to say. There's this guy on Twitter, I don't remember specifically his name, but he's like, "Oh, Angel Reese hates CaitlincLark," and all of this just negative stuff that is like, pipe down. Yes, it was a hard foul, but in basketball, a lot of people be like, "Well, if I'm gonna foul you, I'm gonna make sure that you're not gonna also, it's not an and one. I'm gonna make sure you don't make the basket." And so that's what CaitlincLark did. Yes, it was a hard foul. Yes, it was upgraded. But things like this happen all the time, if not worse, when it comes to men basketball. And it goes viral on social media, and we move on to see the next game. But for some reason, when it happens in women's sports, they make everything so personal, and they are just like women can be mad and have reactions. And we are competitive people as well. It was just overblown. And the other thing that comes with that is that because Angel Reese is a Black woman, she's held to a different standard, because they were both rookies last year. And the whole narrative last year was that CaitlincLark was being attacked. Nobody liked her. Everyone was being rude to her as a rookie. Ba, 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 ba. Anytime someone fouled Caitlin, it was like a whole big deal. Even Trinity Carter, who no longer plays in the WNBA, they had a hard foul, and the front page of a local newspaper was like basically dragging Trinity Carter for fouling CaitlincLark. And now we have this situation. The roles are reversed, and no one is coming to Angel Reese defense. No one's like, "Wow, CaitlincLark is so rude, and she didn't have," you know what I mean? Like, I don't think CaitlincLark meant ill by that. I think people added fuel to the fire, and all the backlash that Angel Reese is getting is unnecessary.
So for me, when I saw the play, to me, I feel like in terms of like saying it was a hard foul, to me, it seemed more like a medium foul. Like I was like, okay, like shoot your free throws and go. I don't think it warranted a flagrant. I've seen worse, right? But if that's what they called it at, that's what they called it at. We already see we have a lot of thoughts about refs and how the way that they call games, especially when it comes like to NBA, WNBA. It's like we're always gonna feel like it never was that, right? So I think to me, like I was just like, okay, like whatever, next. To your point, the others. I think the narratives, right? So when this game was being promoted and stuff like that, like people like were mentioning like, oh, this rivalry. They were both in their sophomore year of the WNBA. Just like college was college, but now we are in a different format. We are in the WNBA. This is not a rivalry, right? I have never thought of this as a rivalry. And I think the only reason why people assume it that way is because of media mismanagement, right? Ever since the college days with this, like this and all that, like from both people, the way that everybody like took that and it spread like wildfire because of the way it was posted throughout social media, the way people would take the clip and repost it and make their own commentary and stuff like that. I think this is what's feeding the narrative into thinking that this is a rivalry. But honestly, if you look, to me, this is two competitors. They both get paid to play the game, and everybody who got something to say, y'all don't play.
Also, they play very different positions. So it's not like one-on-one type of vibe. And don't get me wrong, I feel like when you are a competitor, yeah, I know we got a backstory. So when we do play against each other, I'm definitely gonna have that extra spark. But I don't think they mean ill will by it. It's just like we're competitors. And when I see you, when I play you, I want to beat you. But that's just sports in general. Who plays sports and doesn't want to win?
Everybody.
And again, this is a perfect example of like women are held to different standards, but also race. I know people don't like to talk about race, but whenever Caitlin does her thing and is hyping up the crowd and is doing all of this, it's like, oh, cool, great. She's such a hard, such a competitor. But when Angel Reese does anything, it's like the angry black woman trope, or oh, she's too much, or she's this, her personality. Is like, no, because Caitlin is very outspoken and she hype up the crowd, and when she on her roll with her threes, she'll make sure that she hot from the three. So let's just keep it all leveled.
Copacetic, right?
Yeah.
And I just, to your point, like we mentioned, honestly, some of y'all need to get a life for real. Caitlin wouldn't even give y'all $2, and y'all be out acting like this girl like is giving y'all millions the way that y'all defend her. Like sometimes you can admit that someone is wrong, even though you still like them. Like you can also admit that it's nothing and go about your day. Like sometimes a 1-2 cents is not always needed. It's not going in your piggy bank. It's not going in your gas tank. So you really didn't have to add that little bit. Okay.
Stan culture could be a little bit scary at times.